On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, we aren't done talking about the Chargers' big win over the Dolphins. We'll tell you which 5 players on the team need to step up for the Bolts to be consistent winners, and we predict which NFL coach will be the next one to be fired. Plus, we take your questions and comments. All of it starts right now on this early edition of the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always win it. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to an early edition of the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, and Mario Heron. Again, if you're joining us live, it's 9:17 in the morning on the West Coast. I know that's a little bit early for the time we normally do the show, but hey, that's the way it's going to go this week. Again, getting ready for the Chargers' next game after the big win against the Dolphins, but we're excited to talk football with you as the Week 6 just came to an end. So many things going on, guys, as far as Charger football, and it's amazing how much better you feel after a win. I will say, as a takeaway, when I'm watching the NFL the last couple weeks, starting to feel more comfortable, like it feels like a complete NFL season. I think once those elite teams, and I thought we were one of them, meaning the undefeated teams, start to lose, and there's not an undefeated team to talk about, that you sit there and you say, okay, how do we pair up if we look at with the postseason, in the future? Because for this Charger team, we're looking at this team as a postseason team. You see the Bills now with a couple losses, the Eagles with a couple losses, the Chiefs have losses, we have 2 losses. How does it kind of sort out? And I know we pick games at the end of every show on Thursday leading into the weekend and let you know how those go, which I think you're insane to actually gamble on the NFL because anything can happen. But when I look at this league, you realize anybody can beat anybody. And it's an old saying, and they made a movie about it, any given Sunday. Nobody feels like the dominating team. And even the Eagles, who won a Super Bowl a year ago, it was 2 years ago that it looked like teams had quit, or the players had quit on Nick Sirianni. They didn't fire him. He kept his job, went to Super Bowl the next year. You look at the Buffalo Bills, go, man, they look outstanding. The Ravens, who I gave a ton of praise to, that looked terrible at 1-5. This Charger team, disappointing loss against the Giants. This Charger team, disappointing loss coming back against the Commanders at home. Barely get out of Miami with a win, but the most important thing is they get a win. I'm pretty pumped up right now when I see that we have injuries. Guys are going to get healthy. Guys are going to get back to help this team win. And you never like to see guys get hurt, but at the same time, it creates depth. One thing we talk about all the time on this team, every NFL team, what kind of depth do we have that when the guys are originally starters come back, what does that do for Hampton when he comes back and you have Vidal, who all of a sudden you go, we have faith in him, or you go through our pass rush situation when Khalil Mack comes back. What does it do for a complete healthy team? And Josh, I know it might be kind of dangerous to say that it's not like baseball where the Dodgers go, we had a bunch of injuries, but we're going to be ready to go in October. You don't know still in December and January if we're going to have the health. You just hope that, hey, on paper, things should be even better than they were in September.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely the biggest positive about the situation the Chargers are in today is if you're playing well with some of these depth pieces like Vidal, Double O is going to get a lot more playing time. You got to see what Thule does. It's a good thing because you can see how these guys can perform when it's their spotlight. And the Charger players that got their time did very well on Sunday. Trey Harris is one of those guys. Oronde Gadsden's one of those guys. Moving forward, I think Oronde Gadsden is our tight end. Tyler Conklin was effectively benched. He only played 3 plays the entire game. They were all run blocking plays. You know what that means, Mario? That means we do not trust you whatsoever in the passing game. OG is our tight end moving forward. So there's very positive things that come out of these types of situations. The AFC is wide open. The NFC is wide open. In my time watching the NFL, Mario, I've never seen the NFL so wide open this early in the season. Usually you have a team like the Eagles or the Bills or some teams that's just kicking ass, and you think, how are we going to beat these teams? Every team right now is up for grabs, and I feel the same way about the Colts this upcoming week. You can make an argument they're the best team in the NFL so far, but they're very beatable, and they're a team the Chargers could definitely beat this weekend.
Couldn't agree more. The NFL is the wild, wild west right now. Buffalo Bills, who we talked about multiple times, clear-cut favorite, clear-cut best team in the NFL. Well, they lose to a team that lost 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers. And you're like, what's going on? Is anyone on drugs right now? Like, what's happening? Because this is the Panthers team. It's not like they're good or anything. Like, they got beat by the Patriots 42-13. So the world feels like it's upside down. And this is good news for the Chargers because they've hit a bump on the road the past 2 weeks, but so has everyone. The Broncos don't look great. They look good, not great. Buffalo has their hiccup, like I mentioned. Chiefs, people are like, oh, they're back. Oh, they're back. Let's see. You won at Arrowhead at night. You should win those games. That's a matchup that should always go your way. Pittsburgh has moments, but they're not solid. Ravens are still light years away. Jags lose at home to the Seahawks. Every team has weaknesses, Dave. And right now, I think if you're a team that is above 500, you can sit there and feel confident that, hey, we can still make a run at this thing.
No, absolutely. You can make a run. You know, I here's the deal. I'd love to tell you we're, meaning us, the Chargers, are in a great situation. Yeah, I think team-wise, they're in a great situation. I think, unfortunately, two of the better teams in this conference, meaning the AFC, are both the Chiefs and the Broncos. I think right now the Broncos are playing pretty good football. You know, I mean, again, the Broncos can make an argument on their two losses, how a couple things go a different way. The Broncos are in great shape. The thing that bothers me about the Chiefs, and I had it written in notes that things we would talk about towards the end, but we'll talk about it right now because people are starting to write about it in the chat, is that the Chiefs, all of a sudden, the argument is, are they back to being the best team in the NFL? Something happened on Sunday night that was very concerning. It's not the win against the Lions, it's how they won. And what I mean by that is the help of the referees again. Look, the NFL has a problem. I don't understand how this is not addressed. You can't tell me the Chiefs played such a clean game that they became the first team in 70 years to play an NFL game without a penalty. I could sit there and go through the game right now with my pointer and go, let's go over this play. Let's go over this play. Let's go over this play. There are penalties all over the place by the Chiefs, but they weren't called the entire game. It doesn't make any sense. It's old. Travis Kelce, balls that are fall on the ground. We're going to just call that a catch. Dude, the ball is on the ground. What are we talking about? We're calling that a catch. This is insane. There's so many cameras. It's the Sunday night game. We're watching them against the Detroit Lions. You can't say anything about the officials not getting fined a ridiculous amount. But come on, Dan Campbell sees it. We all saw it. The Lions might as well not even have shown up. And that goes for any team that goes into Arrowhead or who anyone plays the Chiefs. It doesn't just happen when they have home games. The fact that the Chiefs have the referees back on their side, and maybe the Chiefs are the NFL's #1 marketing tool, like the Cowboys used to be for years. Maybe the Chiefs are America's team all of a sudden. But, man, it's frustrating, especially knowing that the Chargers have to go through the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. And you wondered, anyone get a fair shot against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City? It's old, man. It's the one thing that really hurts this league. It's the greatest league in the world. Greatest league for me, at least, okay? We all love different sports. The NFL's the best sport. But, man, when it turns into goddamn fake wrestling, you could bring a folding chair out when the referees aren't looking and bash someone over the head and nobody acts like they saw it. It's old. It's insane. It's embarrassing. Look, I don't approve fighting. Actually, I really do. I'm so glad Branch fucking jacked a Juju right in the face and he walked off the field bloody. I know he's going to get in trouble for it. But, dude, I'm really glad somebody on Casey actually felt something walking off the field. You know, it's old. I wish it was Mahomes. Dude, I'm so burnt out on the Chiefs, I can't tell you. And I'm so pissed off they're inside our division. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, dude. No penalties the entire game. First time in 70 years. It sounds fake, but it actually happened. That bothers me to no end because there's no way any team plays a clean football game for an entire game, no matter what the level is. But that's the thing that bothers me the most. And this is such a maybe a homer thing, but I know I'm not the only one on this show that feels this way. Chris Collinsworth should not be allowed to call Chiefs games.
Jesus.
Dude, it is the total, you know what show when it's Mahomes on the field and Collinsworth in the booth, Mario. It's uncomfortable. You think Jim Harbaugh talking about Justin Herbert's uncomfortable. Listening to Chris Collinsworth talk about the way Patrick Mahomes walks, the way Patrick Mahomes talks, the way Patrick Mahomes chews gum. It's like anything that Patrick Mahomes does is the greatest thing on earth. It's uncomfortable, and I don't like it. Nobody likes it. And the Chiefs aren't America's team. They're never going to be America's team because there's too many guys on that team that are unlikable. I understand what you're saying, Dave, that they're the team, they've had a dynasty most recent than any other team. But my whole point being is Chris Collinsworth should not be allowed to call Patrick Mahomes games. It's very uncomfortable.
Dude, I
It's
guarantee
very
you could go to your favorite dirty site and just type in Chris Collinsworth's name. And a bunch of stuff's going to come up. It's all going to be KC videos.
I also think the referees as a whole this weekend were terrible. The Patriots Saints refs crew was absolutely horrific. The crew last night for Commanders Bears was brutal. They messed up an offsides call. They get called on the defense, and then they go, "Oh, my bad," on the offense, and then go to Ben Johnson. I thought he was going to like punch him in the face. And then they had one where they literally announced a penalty, but he didn't do the motion and he didn't have his mic on. They're like, okay. So what was the call? Just as a whole, these guys need to like go back to school and relearn some of the bags and some of the tricks because it's been absolutely horrific. And Brian Branch, the block in the back that Juju had on him, if that happened to me, again, not promoting anything, not saying he should have done it or whatever, but like, I get it. That would send me up a hill. It was a cheap shot.
I want to share my screen. This is a new thing I'm trying on the show that I'm very bad at. It's called Josh shares his screen. Here we go. Trying to bring a little life into the graphics department on this show. So this is an absolute miracle. These are the Chargers PFF grades from the offensive line in a win, by the way. So we're going to go left to right. Keep in mind, there's only 32 teams in the NFL. Austin Deculus, 105th out of 113 tackles this past weekend. That's our left tackle. Zion Johnson, left guard, 60 out of 109. That's by far our best. We have Bradley Bozeman, who ranked at 47 out of 49 for all centers last week. Then you have Mekhi Becton, who was the 100th out of 109 guards. And then you have Bobby Hart, who we just picked up off the street, who was 107 out of 113 tackles. So we're going to go left to right. Keep in mind, the average score is 60 on PFF. Austin Deculus, 41.7. Zion Johnson, 57.5. Bradley Bozeman, 47.2. Mekhi Becton, 42.2. Bobby Hart, 37.7. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Absolute miracle the Chargers won that game. You cannot get worse offensive line play across the line, and somehow the Chargers score 29 points and win.
All right, so here's the deal, and I know we spoke about it on the show after the game, and I don't think we even gave enough time to it because we're so happy that they were to pull out a win. The play that actually was led to the game-winning kick, you got to see it a million times. It is by far the NFL play of the year. If you see a better play than that the entire year, meaning when Justin Herbert does everything he can to stand on his feet, shifts the ball from his right hand to his left hand, back to his right hand to Fayed Ladd, was incredible. One of the best NFL plays I've ever seen in my life. Just amazing. And when Jim Harbaugh says it, maybe people don't take it as serious because he's always over the top with Justin Herbert. I mean, he talks him up when he puts a seatbelt on. But the play, honestly, was one of the most incredible plays I've ever seen in my life. And it was the exact reason why they won that game. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. When Josh just showed you the grades, it shows you how really Justin Herbert pulled a miracle out of the hat. It was incredible to see that play. It's one of those, I know it will be forgotten down the road, but if it was Patrick Mahomes that did it, they'd be talking about it for the next 10 years.
Oh, Chris Collinsworth would have watched that play going to bed. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean?
With lotion in his hand.
Issue play. Yeah,
exactly. And a cigarette. No, it's insane when you see what he can do with nothing. I mean, Dave asked the question the other day, what would Justin Herbert be if he was on, any other team in the NFL that's, a top team like the Eagles or the Bills? Dude, he's the MVP, right? You put him on any other team with more talent, he's the MVP. He's an absolute freak. Justin Herbert making that play is ridiculous. Ladd McConkey having the wherewithal to say, if I can beat this guy and get down the field, I'm going to get 30, 40 yards. And that's exactly what he did. That's just having smart players that make big plays when you need them. And that's exactly what the Chargers did. And then Cameron Dicker, the automatic 3, right? If we can get the ball to him, you're going to get 3 points.
It's the most automatic thing in the world right now. I know Brandon Aubrey gets credit, but Dicker needs to be up there. Actually, yesterday I was literally working on a show, and Tom Waddle, shout out to him, former NFL player, literally said, a guy that doesn't get enough credit for being so automatic is Cameron Dicker when you really look at the stats. And it's the most accurate thing. He gets overlooked for how good of a kicker he actually is. That being said, with these field goal attempts, the red zone offense, man, that has to be better. They can't all be threes. They got to be 7. At some point, you got to score. You got to get into the end zone. We can't wait until the second half to score. That can't happen. Especially if you're going to be this Super Bowl contender, this playoff team. You got to capitalize on those opportunities. And that's something the Chargers need to improve on going forward. So, Dave, that's something I really want to see an improvement against the Indianapolis Colts, who, look, they're going to run the living crap out of the ball. And Jonathan Taylor, by the way, 10 times better than Devon Achane. So when you get those opportunities to score on the Indianapolis Colts, you got to take them because you have no idea where you're going to get the ball next. And you guys mentioned MVP. Dave, do you want to take a guess how many quarterbacks are ahead of Justin Herbert right now in MVP odds?
I'm going to go 4. I have no idea. I'm going to go 4.
I'm going to go 3.
You guys are like way off.
It
is 7. It's
7.
Mahomes, Allen,
okay,
Mayfield. So the ones that make sense to me is Allen, Mayfield. This one may be a little premature. Goff, Stafford.
Dude, okay,
No.
hold on.
Love.
You could. Okay, hold on, man. Hold on, dude.
hold the phone.
Enough with hold the door. Look, Goff is out of control, dude. Enough with the Goff thing. What is wrong with everybody? I'm gonna tell you guys right now about Jared Goff. He's not on the Rams anymore because McVay realized they couldn't win with him. Do you understand? And he was right. Literally got on the phone and said, dude, you got to get this guy out of here. He's never going to win us a Super Bowl. And they traded the farm away to basically go get him. Everyone puts that up. It shows up on Twitter every week. This is who the Rams traded. The Lions won that trade. No, guess what? The Lions didn't win that trade. I don't care how many stars over there. The Rams got a Super Bowl. Until the Lions win a Super Bowl, the Lions haven't won the trade. I'm sorry. The craziest stat, by the way, between those two, and I'm going off right now, is Goff, I think, it's like 1 game away from like being the all-time wins leader in Lions history, and Stafford's like a few games away from being the all-time wins leader in Rams history. Like it's very strange. But here's the deal, Goff. All right, and I know you have family in Detroit, Mario, and you're in that part of the country, dude. He does not win games when his team is playing from behind. I'm sorry, he doesn't do anything. He's not that guy. I'm sorry. He looks great in his uniform in the Motor City and everything else. And the offense looks like it's going. He has so much talent around him. And the fact he can't put up points on a regular basis, he should be scoring 40 points a game. Goff's not that guy. I'm telling you, I would still take Stafford over Goff. I think Lions fans would say he's better too. Goff to me is overrated as hell. Love hasn't proven jack. The Packers aren't playing down what people thought they would be. Come on, the Packers have more talent than they have. Mayfield, I understand in that deal. Drake May enough. Everybody wants to see the Patriots be good again. The Patriots are good again. Come on. May ahead of Herbert. That pisses me off. Right off.
Yeah. Right now, my MVP would be Baker Mayfield. And then 2 would probably have Justin Herbert and maybe even Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott playing so well without CeeDee Lamb is very impressive. I think Dak's had a great season. Jared Goff, he's the guy that, he's good at the 1 p.m. games. I'm sorry, dude. When the lights get bright and you play the primetime games, he's just a guy. Also, we just had the conversation about Justin Herbert. You put Justin Herbert with Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, that offensive line, Sam Laporta, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's having one of those Peyton Manning 50 touchdown seasons. That's just what's going to happen.
They're winning the championship.
100%.
You agree with that, Mario? You're the favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, easily. The part I don't get is the Mahomes being the favorite. I'm not really understanding that. Like, even if you just look at the regular stats, we don't even get like the analytical. I mean, he's 6th in passing yards. He's 5th in passing touchdowns. He's thrown 2 picks on the year. His QBR is 4th. Like, he's not like leading 1 all over the place. Like that's where I'm not understanding it. And the Chiefs aren't like we keep saying they're back. Are they really back? I don't know. Mayfield deserves to be 1.
They just lost
Herbert
2 weeks ago.
3.
What's back about the Chiefs? They just lost against the Jaguars.
And you beat a Ravens team that's not very good, and then you won at home against the Lions. A game you should have won.
dude, I just don't feel like you're getting a fair shot when you play the Chiefs. I'm not saying the Chiefs are great because they're the Chiefs. I'm saying when you have the referees, it makes all the difference in the world. It's like you added two or three all-pro players. When the game doesn't feel fair, it doesn't seem fair. We just talked about the illegal plays we saw, balls that dropped on the ground, illegal shifts, nothing's called ever for the Chiefs. You got a right guard or right tackle who's literally has left early already, and there's still not going to be a penalty. Just every play, but yeah, they don't throw the flag. We all see it. That guy's jumping. It's insane to me. I can't figure out. Is it Andy Reid? Is it Mahomes? Is it the NFL wanting the Chiefs to be this way? Why does this happen?
Because they're the villain of the NFL, right? And if the Chiefs are relevant, it's better for the league, right? Everybody wants to see what Mahomes and Reid's going to do, even if you're not rooting against them. The NFL is still better if the Chiefs are a good team for ratings wise. The AFC West all won their games, by the way, so the Chiefs are still in third place. It's not like the Chiefs are running away at the division again. They're the third best team in the division according to the standings.
I also think too, because the Chiefs are your number one product, you protect your product. Same thing like in sales. If you're the number one sales guy, you get special permission. That's how the bull crap is with the NFL and the Chiefs. I just want to point out one more thing on this MVP thing. Jordan Love being ahead of Justin Herbert is a crime against humanity as well. Like that's are we on, what are we on here?
Give Justin Herbert, Josh Jacobs, and that Packers defense. See what happens.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is, I mean, the amazing story in this league so far, and it's only October 14th. What Baker Mayfield's done with Tampa has been incredible, and they've had a ton of injuries. I mean, a ton. And Tampa's a team that they really, if you have nothing to watch, I'm just looking to be entertained. Tampa's always an interesting game to watch every week. They're entertaining. The Colts, what they've done have been absolutely incredible. Daniel Jones has been incredible. Was Daniel Jones anywhere in the MVP rankings?
Yeah, he is. He's he's right behind Herbert.
Okay. The Colts have been amazing. I know we're going to see the Colts this week, and I think a lot of people don't want to go all in their mind on the Colts because the Colts are supposed to be a team that people didn't pick a lot didn't think a lot was going to happen this year from Indianapolis. But man, they keep winning, and they're winning in impressive form. If you told me right now, okay, on October 14th, guys, here's the Super Bowl. I'm gonna give you the matchup. It's going to be the Colts against the Buccaneers. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait to watch. Now, if you told me that 2 months ago, I go, dude, I'm finding something else to do. If it's the Colts Buccaneers, I'm like, how many plane crashes happened this year? How did that happen?
Oh my God.
But sorry, maybe that was bad to say. Okay, it's early. And you saw me drink coffee right on there. Okay, I'm dropping dips and drinking coffee. What do you want? I'm trying to get myself together. Just coffee.
Yo, it's the coffee, buddy. Is that Jameson? Bailey's?
So my point is, I'm interested. I mean, the Colts have made it exciting to go, what the hell are they going to do next? Baker Mayfield has become one of the biggest punks in this league to a guy. Everybody loves Baker Mayfield. I don't know anybody who hates Baker Mayfield anymore. Everybody likes Baker Mayfield. It's the most bizarre thing going.
Dude, you got two quarterbacks in Florida where, well, there's three teams, but you have two quarterbacks between Baker Mayfield and Tua that couldn't be more opposite right now. You have Baker who can't do anything wrong, and then you have Tua who can't do anything right by his own doing. Like, I hate to make this proclamation, but Tua does not look the same after these hits to the head. These comments he's making to the press are just mind-boggling. Like, how are you going to talk about leadership when you're the quarterback of the team? That's the way that I saw it. I think he's a big reason why people might be showing up late. You're the quarterback, man. You're the guy that leads by example. And even if guys are showing up late, you don't air out dirty laundry to the media. Do you see it that way, Mario?
Terrible look. Going to the media and saying something like that when you're a quarterback that just threw 3 picks in the game, didn't play great yourself, hard sell. If you're Tom Brady, that's a pass. If you're Mahomes, that gets a pass. You have some Super Bowls. You've built up a hell of a resume, and you're 9 times out of 10 the reason why you win, not the reason why you lose. Tua, it's like 50-50. So I don't know if he should really be opening his mouth. And also your culture there, to start with, like, McDaniels has no control over this team, and you're really hurting your coach even more doing something like that. And it's just, you're setting yourself back. It's a year from hell for the Miami Dolphins. And one last thing on Baker too, Dave. Something that gets overlooked. 3rd new voice in his year as an offensive coordinator. 3rd. That's impressive. We see guys take massive steps back with new OCs, Philadelphia Eagles, for an example, and he's got a new guy, and it's business as usual. Everything's looking fantastic. Shout out to Baker. And Tua, you're a loser.
You mean third in Tampa Bay? Is that what you're saying?
Third in Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Imagine how many he's had through the NFL. Look how many.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, what? Baker's a guy you probably would beg to hire as an offensive coordinator in the future. His playbook in his brain must be insane. You know, I mean, think about it. Plus, look where he came from in college. Look where he came from, an offensive genius in college. But you're sitting there and you're going, this guy's had so many OCs. The fact that it's also one of the most amazing things he ever did was learn the Rams playbook to go beat the Raiders after just getting signed like a day earlier and play quarterback and lead them to a win on national TV. Absolutely incredible. All right, a couple things. I'm glad you guys brought up the Tua thing because I find so much of this fascinating. It's a big topic. Everyone is going after Tua, and I'm not saying I'm not going after Tua, but Mario, I think you just brought up a really good point. If it was Tom Brady that said this and he's at the podium and he's calling out guys for missing meetings and showing up late, they would say that's Tom Brady being accountable, showing guys that you need to be accountable. He'd be getting complimented for it. Because it's Tua, this is a bad look. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't won anything. The 3 interceptions he threw, I think he threw really 1 interception. The other ones were kind of, the first one that Tony Jefferson got, Waddle should have caught that ball. It was right in his hands. It was hit him both hands and bounced off his hands, bounced to Tony Jefferson. That's not, I know it goes as a quarterback interception. It's not a quarterback interception. But that being said, I think he's trying to get his coach fired. I think Tua's looking around saying, dude, where's my coach? Like, why isn't someone else keeping these guys accountable? You know what you do? You know how everybody has a fob to walk into the building? It's the same thing at NFL facilities. Dude, the fob goes off. You're supposed to be there, let's say at 6 a.m. 6:01, guess what? The doors don't open anymore. We'll see you tomorrow. That's how you start holding guys accountable to me. You lock the doors. You just lock the damn doors. But at the same time, I'm looking at the situation, and I know Josh works his ass off when he's not here. If Josh was the only guy on his team doing his job, and the other guys weren't doing their job, and Josh starts calling guys out, going, dude, the reason our team is struggling, man, on making sales here, guys aren't showing up to work. Why is it Josh's fault? I can count on Josh being there every day. Why is it those guys that aren't showing up? Why are those guys getting passed? Why is Josh the one getting penalized for it? So I don't blame Tua for that part. I'm thinking if I'm a fan of the Dolphins, well, I know number 1 is showing up every day. He's pissed off that the other guys aren't showing up. Why are we getting mad at the guy that actually does show up to work?
I mean, there's a guy that came out on Twitter who was his teammate when Tua was a rookie, saying that Tua used to show up late. Who knows, what the truth is there.
Dude,
I just don't think
concussions. He doesn't even know what time zones is. Goddamn Mario, dude, is a great guy. Look at Mario's sweatshirt right now.
Show us.
He looks like Rocky at the end of the movie when he's running through the streets. That's sweat. You know why that sweat? Because we text Mario and go, are you coming on the show? He ran his ass off through the city of Chicago to get here right now. You understand?
Yeah. Those marathon runners, nice, dude. Try sprinting for a pod.
I get what you're saying about holding guys accountable, and if the coach isn't going to do it, then somebody needs to do it. It's just not the place when you have 3 interceptions. It just looks bad. Do you disagree with that? And also, Mike McDaniel with the pants, dude, roll him down. Okay, it's not cute anymore. You're getting your ass kicked. Like this whole, Miami Vice sunglasses with the rolled up pants. Come on, dude. You look like an idiot.
Career OC. That's Mike McDaniels. That's fine. It's good life. Go back to the Niners. Go back to Shanahan. Don't link up with Buffalo because Joe Brady might get a coaching job. Go do that.
Dude, I would take him here. As an OC.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? He'd be amazing here. He would love LA too.
Dude, he has the pants. He's ready.
Could you imagine?
Same stuff you wear in Miami, you can wear in LA.
Harbaugh and him for press conferences, the media would be insane. They'd be like, we have 2 back-to-back nut jobs on different spectrums.
All right.
Dude,
you guys want to get into the next segment?
I just want to say, look, the Dolphins, obviously, they have major problems. So we might as well stay on it right now, okay? The question we pushed on here, the Titans made a coaching change. Callahan out yesterday of the Titans. New head coach of the Titans is former Charger coach Mike McCoy. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Mike McCoy, by the way, will be coaching against the Chargers in a few weeks. That's kind of crazy. By the way, I'm really looking forward to Sunday's game in Nashville when it's the Patriots at the Titans. Kind of weird how the Titans are on their second coach since they decided to get rid of the coach that's now the coach of the Patriots, which is outstanding. That's going to be an interesting press conference. But here's the deal. Who's the next coach gone? Obviously, I think it's Miami. I think Miami is the team that fires their coach. And I'm shocked, guys, he still has a job right now. I thought this was going to be done a few weeks ago. Who do you think is the next coach fired?
It has to be Mike McDaniel. The fact that he's not fired today, Mario, is shocking to me. Yeah, I thought he's going to get fired even before Brian Callahan. I mean, he has a more talented team than Callahan does. The Titans are just terrible. The Dolphins have some guys that can play.
I'm trying to get bold here on who I think is going to get fired next. Gannon, Arizona.
Dude, almost cussed right there. Yeah, he
little curveball for you.
Yeah, that's
he
not
hit
bad.
a player.
Yeah,
last division.
Yeah, they have completely gone rock bottom. Shirley asked a question right here on the side. Who'd you rather have as your OC, Dable or McDaniel? I don't think Dable literally might not get fired now. Jackson Dart might save his job. The fan base is all engaged. They're all into this whole thing with these rookie players.
I wouldn't fire Dable. I would keep him if I was the Giants. I think he's a good coach, and I would take Mike McDaniel if I had the option between the two. The fact that Mike McDaniel's forte is the running game, I think that's huge for Omarion Hampton if we were to lock him in, because we already know the passing game is going to be straight with Justin Herbert.
We didn't mention it on this show, but Brian Dable like flipping out on the trainers when Jackson Dart went to the tent was one of the funniest things of all time. He didn't even look at the field. He's like, I'm not watching Russell Wilson. Get that kid back on the field. Like he knew, he's like, this is my job. You don't understand. You're here next year. I'm not if he doesn't get out of that tent. But yeah, I would take McDaniel.
I think we all just want to change it OC. That's what we want. All right, go ahead. You're going to say something, Josh.
I was going to say, let's do the 5 players that need to step up every week for the Chargers to win on a regular basis. I want to do this.
Okay.
All right. I can go first. I can go second. I can go third. What do you want me to do here?
Go ahead. You go first.
All right. So like I just said, we all made a list of 5 players that we think are guys that need to step up every single week for the Chargers to win consistently and consecutively, hopefully. And I have my guys in no order. These are just 5 guys that I believe Chargers are going to play well if these guys play well. So my first guy is kind of a shocker. It's going to be Tucker Fisk. So if anybody knows the whole Wally Pipp story with Lou Gehrig, Wally Pipp sat out, Lou Gehrig played, and then Lou Gehrig never turned back and became one of the greatest Yankees of all time. I'm not saying Tucker Fisk is going to be one of the greatest Chargers of all time, but Scott Matlock did not play. Tucker Fisk did, and Tucker Fisk was very good. I think Tucker Fisk should be in to help out with the pass game. He's a good blocker. He's a guy that can give Justin Herbert some more time. If he's in there helping Justin Herbert, I think the Chargers are going to be more effective in the passing game. Do we agree?
I do agree.
Yes.
Actually, I was very happy to see that Matlock was not going to play in that game.
Me too,
I was.
honestly.
I just want, and not because of anything against him. I wanted to prove to Jim Harbaugh this guy's overrated and you don't need him.
He is. He's just a good story, honestly. Scott Matlock is not a great blocker. Next guy is Mekhi Becton. The reason I have Mekhi Becton in there is because he needs to stay healthy. If he's on the field, it's going to be a positive for the Chargers, even though he hasn't had some good games lately. He's a guy that just needs to stay healthy, because if he's not in the game, we are really screwed on the offensive line. He's a big body. He can hold down some blocks. We know what we have from Bozeman. We know what we have from Zion. I just need Becton to stay healthy to hopefully help Justin Herbert and obviously help the running backs too in the running game. My third guy is T.R. Tart. I mean, the Chargers have the biggest challenge this week going against the best running back in the NFL so far in Jonathan Taylor. We need our defensive line to step up. Deshaun Hand's now on the IR. T.R. Tart's a guy that we've been able to rely on along the defensive line. He needs to play well on a regular basis for the Chargers to play well, especially in the run game. The next guy I have is Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey is the best receiver on this team. Let's not get it twisted. QJ's been very good. Keenan Allen has had a resurgence with the Chargers, but the best receiver on this team is Ladd McConkey. And when you see what he does against the Miami Dolphins, you feel confident in what he can do for the team moving forward. It's been surprising that hasn't had more of a production in terms of touchdowns leading up to last week, but moving forward, you expect Ladd McConkey to be the top receiver, and he really needs to be for the Chargers to make a push into the playoffs. And then number 5 is my favorite player on the team this season, it's Oronde Gadsden. He is our tight end moving forward. I'm so hopeful about his future. He's finally a pass-catching tight end that this team desperately needs. Will Disley's a good run blocker. Tucker Fisk obviously is a blocker as well. But Oronde Gadsden is the pass-catching tight end that Justin Herbert has needed for such a long time, and we finally have him.
Good list. It's funny. I didn't know what Josh's list was. Mar, I'm gonna go second because I know yours is more detailed than mine. Okay. Here we go. Mine are. I have Ladd as well. I have Thule. I want Thule to be consistent and be a dominating threat. I want the NFL to know Thule's name when it's all said and done. I want him to have that big of a breakout. Gadsden is the one that I picked that I did not think anyone else was going to go with. I just didn't think Josh was going to go in the same direction as me right there. But I agree. I mean, the more you get him involved, the better it's going to be. Running back wise, look, while Hampton's out, we need Vidal to do what he did in the last game. I think he opened a lot of eyes. I think we saw it in part of the Commanders game that he's probably our best offensive threat as far as a running back that we have left. I don't mean to say offensive threat, running back threat, I should say. Still cracks me up how his strides are so short, and it works to his ability. You get how many steps you walk in a day. That guy gets his 10,000 steps in walking in the mailbox. Like, it's insane, dude, how his stride is. But whatever it takes, man, I'm here for it because he was fantastic against the Dolphins. And look, as much as we ripped the offensive line, somebody wrote it in the chat. They're 100% right. The fact he got over 100 yards with that crappy offensive line, it's a goddamn miracle. Maybe it should have been NFL Offensive Player of the Week. And Trey Harris for me is a guy that, guys, I want to see him involved more. I think the more you play these young guys because you're used to playing all the time, you can really get a chance to see what they are. And I think Trey Harris can be a guy that can really help this team out.
Good list.
Yeah, good list. We overlap definitely with a lot of them. I'll get out of the way the ones we overlap with all three of us. Ladd, I have in there, receiver 1, has to win his one-on-one matchups. When it matters, he has to be open like he was against Miami when it came into the red zone and it came to that final play of the game. So same page with Ladd. Same page with Vidal, too. Look, he was a dump down man for Justin last game, and he was very, very dominant against the Dolphins. I mean, last game, guys, we had 0 tackles for loss on rush attempts. Huge. We have 5 runs of 10 or more yards, and we had 100 yards on explosive run plays. That's huge. We got to keep that up, especially until Hampton comes back. And then once Hampton does come back, that's got to be taken to a whole nother level. So that's going to be huge for the Chargers. I think Vidal is going to be big for that. And, those strides can be as short as you want. Just get 5, and I'm all set, buddy. I love it. I think him and my nephew Asher take the same strides. The other guys I had Thule because the pass rush starts and ends with him. Team leader in sacks and tackles for loss. Him being dominant leads to other success. Same thing that you preached there, Dave. And I think if he's very, very good, that makes life easier for Double O. And when Matt comes back, that makes it easier for him, makes it easier for Tart. The guy that's truly just absolutely sucked over and over again for the Los Angeles Chargers. And I bet he's a nice guy and he's a hell of a player in college. But boy, can you play a little bit better in the NFL? Because right now you're the worst of the worst. Bozeman, you are the leader of the O-line. Center position, it starts and ends with you. You give out the assignments every time you line up. Buddy, you got to start putting a hat on a head. I mean, holy hell. There's some plays I think he's running a damn seam route. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Well, there's so many times we see some guys go unblocked. And you're like, what's going on? Is there no talking? What's communication when you guys line up? If he continues to fail as this leader of this O-line, the Chargers are not going to go far. So he's got to step up in a massive way. Get a little mean streak in him. Wasn't this guy supposed to be violent? I'm not seeing a lot of violence. There shouldn't be violence, but on a football field, crack some heads, man. Jesus Christ, on a cross. And then finally, I mean, the obvious one for me is Justin Herbert. He corrects all of our mistakes. He makes us great. And if he goes out, if he's not on the field, then we're not going to win. So Justin Herbert is my other guy for 5 most important Chargers. He is our king. And if Madison Beer has a friend in Chicago, let me know.
Let you know.
Yeah, I'll send her this
Sweatshirt.
this- yeah, that's pure sweaty. It says, "Sweet, how do you feel about 2-minute mile? 2-mile run, I mean. What do you think of that?"
All right, solid list. How many guys on this team's names start with an O? By the way, we got Odafe, Omarion, Arande. We have to lead the league in guys whose names start with O.
Dude,
right?
we got a lot of guys on this team that if you were assigned this game as a national broadcaster, you're like, oh no. Right? I mean, there are a lot of guys. It's pretty tough. I'm not
Dude,
lying.
I think the beginning of the Chargers Dolphins game, it was like the players to watch. It was Thule, and then
Yeah.
it was the guy with like the long last name on the offensive line for the Dolphins, and then it was Tua. I was like, good luck pronouncing all three of those
Yeah.
guys' names.
I mean, swear to God, dude. I mean, look at the guy we just got from the Ravens. We just call him 00. You know,
Yeah.
we're shy about that name.
Yeah,
That's why
and then we
every
try to
time
yeah, go ahead.
No, that's like every time I watch a UFC fight and it's like the two longest names ever, I'm like, whoosh, good luck, Ruggies in DC. I have no idea how to say that one.
Isaiah Francis says, pretty sure his name is pronounced Odafe Owe or Dafe. Dude, we're idiots. Have you watched the show before, Isaiah? We're not good at anything. We'll practice though. I'll practice just for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you this also is, here's a funny story. All right, so when Josh was at Alabama, they bring in recruits all the time, and so whenever it was a quarterback comes in, Josh would work out with the new possible quarterbacks. Tua was one of them that came in when Josh was there. All right, so Tua comes in and Josh playing catch with him, and they're working out, and Josh calls me and he says, hey, this kid from Hawaii came in, and he goes, I just think I might have just seen the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And it was Tua. And Josh was already teammates with Jalen Hurts. And he goes, this kid's incredible. And so I'm paying attention to Tua since he was in high school. And then I watched his Alabama career, the whole thing. So I've been following Tua for a long time as a football fan. That being said, I've never said anything except the name Tua the entire time I follow him. I'm afraid to say his last name now. You know, I don't think I've ever said it one time in my entire life. And I've been watching this guy for a long time. Mac Jones is, by the way, the greatest story of all time. Josh worked out with Mac Jones when he came in. And Josh says to him, because he was committed to Kentucky, and Josh tells him, dude, don't come here. He goes, Jalen's a sophomore. We got this kid from Hawaii coming in that's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my
Jalen's a
life.
freshman.
Jalen was a freshman. He tells Mac Jones, Tua's coming in next year. He's going to be a freshman too. He's better than you, and you will never play here. Just stay at Kentucky. They play catch. Josh goes to get water, turns his back, looks at his phone, and Mac Jones goes, I'm decommitting from Kentucky. I'm now committing to Alabama. And he goes, what the F are you doing? I just told you not to come here. And then Josh said, good luck. Well, again, ends up winning a national championship. Beats Justin Fields in the national championship game against Ohio State, and now is still in the NFL. But it was funny that he literally told Mac Jones, do not come here. And then here it ended up that Jalen transfers out to Oklahoma, Tua leaves early, and there's Mac Jones in the NFL still. Crazy as hell.
Yeah, Mac Jones's line to me was, they don't play real football in Hawaii. I'm not concerned. I was like, okay, whatever.
That's a great comeback. That's a great comeback.
Yeah.
Where is he from?
Florida.
He's from Jacksonville. Yeah.
Fair. Makes sense.
Yeah. First comments from Alex Corona 499 says, Mac and Perryman almost back. Joe Alt could be next. If we get healthy, could you see us running away with the West? 5-0 in the AFC could be a start. What do you got, Dave?
Man, I really would love to believe that. I think on the up and up, yeah, I think we're still the best team. I still like our coach. I still like our players. I just don't feel, man, I'm so concerned about this referee thing. Like, I think the NFL literally fired guys letting the Chargers win that game in Brazil. Now, who goofed this up? How can we market the Chiefs in Brazil and you guys walked out of there with the Chargers winning that game? I just think everything's rigged with the Chiefs. And I'm not even saying that just for effect. I think we've seen it for way too long, and what I saw on Sunday night was awful.
Yeah, I don't see the Chargers running away. Yeah, I don't see the Chargers running away at the AFC West. I actually think the AFC West has the best top 3 teams out of any division in the NFL. I don't even think it's close, Mario. When you got the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos, I think those are the 3 of the top 8 teams in the NFL. So, yeah, I don't think the Chargers are going to run away with it, but I do like what Alex said about these guys coming back and getting healthy. This team will be dangerous.
Same page as you. It's going to be a dogfight to the end, especially there's no Not a lot of weak spots on the schedule. Like Jacksonville is going to be a hard game. Eagles are going to be a hard game. In Dallas, that's a good offense. Like there's a lot of hiccups on the road before you can say that they're going to run away.
All right, this one's going to be Dave's going to love this. This is Cam Teague, $9.99. It says, Josh and Dave, I'm a San Diego native now living in Jacksonville, which isn't as bad as you guys make it to be. Laugh out loud. I'm curious as to your thoughts of Phil's barbecue. I tell people it's overrated all the time. All right, Dave, what do you think?
Okay, here you go, Cam. First of all, man, appreciate you reaching out. Number one is look, I goof on every city. Okay, Cam. In case you don't know, I rip every single city. That's just what I do. It's just always more fun to do that. I pay a lot in taxes, and it's very expensive to live in San Diego and Southern California. It's I've always heard about Jacksonville, by the way, and I've never been. That they said it's what San Diego used to be like in the '60s. And that's not a shot. Just they eventually Jacksonville will grow as a city. They embarrassed themselves when they hosted the Super Bowl. I think all the way back in 2003, there weren't enough hotel rooms and people were staying on boats. It was a complete joke. I hate Florida, and that is not me joking around. That's that I hate humidity and bugs and everything else that go with Florida. I hate that state. At the same time, Phil's barbecue. That's the question. And not a fan. I will never go to Phil's barbecue. I used to do commercials that I used to get paid by Phil to do commercials. Still at that time, if you pay me enough, I'll say a lot of things. I'm a Cali barbecue guy. That's where I go. I'm loyal to Cali barbecue, not a fan of Phil's.
Yeah, Cali barbecue is the best barbecue in San Diego. Get the Jake Palais cheesesteak.
Yeah.
It's not on us either. Just get it. You have to pay for it. Eddie Ramirez, $4.99 says, this is from Mario. Is it me or is ketchup on a hot dog and eggs disgusting?
It's horrifying,
On
especially
both?
eggs. Yeah,
Okay,
dude, I'll hit you. Don't put ketchup on eggs in front of me. That's
Okay.
disgusting. What are you, a dog?
Wait, you won't put ketchup on a hot dog though either?
No. What is
Okay,
this?
I'll put Mario's pure Chicago. I don't normally do it, but ketchup on a hot dog does not disgust me at all. Ketchup on eggs, I'm with Mario, man. It makes me want to throw up. When I see ketchup with eggs together, just the look of it, can't stand it. My wife does it. It's one of the most disgusting things going. I remember when I was a kid, my mom one time broke an egg in front of me and there was blood in the egg. Dude, I didn't eat eggs for like 5 years. I was so disgusted seeing the red with the egg. And dude, when I see the ketchup with the eggs, dude, it brings back that same memory. I am 100% with you, Eddie, on that one.
Yeah, so I'm not going to put ketchup on a hot dog because I got yelled at in Chicago and it scarred me. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm proud of being scarred for that one. I'll never do that. I do put ketchup on eggs. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Oh,
I usually don't do, like in my house, I'll never do it. But if I go to like Denny's and they have hash browns, I put ketchup on that and then I'll throw some eggs in there.
oh God, Josh, that's
Dude,
disgusting.
You know what they do here?
I would not be able to look at you and eat. I'll be honest with you. Like I'd have to like turn away. I gotta be.
You know what a lot of people do here in San Diego, Mario?
What?
They do they do mayonnaise on hot dogs. It's disgusting.
That's not bad. No, that's not bad.
Oh my
That's
God,
not bad.
dude.
That's not bad.
That's
A little more
Mexican thing.
toppings on that boy. That ain't bad. Now we're talking.
I feel like that scene in Tommy Boy. I can hear you getting fatter.
The biggest quick story about ketchup on hot dog. We were doing a golf outing and we were out the night before. I was really hungover and it was when I was in college. And my brother was golfing with us because we needed one more. And Joey knows I hate ketchup on a hot dog. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Knows this my whole life. He loves it. And we're going on the turn, and I'm like, dude, I need food if I'm going to survive this golf outing. Didn't get any sleep. I need something to soak up what I've been drinking. And he goes, all right, I'm going to get a hot dog on the turn. I go, dude, get me two. I go, Joey, no ketchup. And he goes, yeah, I know. He's getting mad at me. He goes, I live with you. I think I know. I'm like, yeah, I swear, Joey. I get the hot dog. There's more ketchup than a damn hot dog. And I literally took it and I threw it at him as hard as I could. And then we started swinging on each other at this golf course in Greencastle, Indiana. And like, you're supposed to do it with your parents. And my dad like pulled up and goes, what's wrong with you? What's going on? And like, we were screaming. I was like, ketchup on a hot dog. I said I didn't want it. It was a whole ordeal.
Dude,
and then my dad,
you guys, your family should have been a TV show. And your dad should have been the star. Oh my God, dude.
Oh.
I just want to go to one family event where I can just sit in the corner and watch your dad. Oh
He
my
doesn't
God,
talk.
dude.
He's just mad. Like he's not mad, but he just does like his shaking head. He's just like, I mean, the older two never fought. It's just you and Joey. I'm like, okay, we're not like in jail. Relax.
You mean jailbird Joey? Like in Back to the Future?
All right. Next one comes from Nestor Rios 499 says, show us your sleeve, Josh. Bolt up. All right, man. I don't even know if you could see it on the. You can't really. Let's see what we got here. I don't know. I would try to explain it, but it's kind of hard to explain.
You gotta explain some of it.
All right. I feel like a douche, like the guy at the gym. Like, what's up, ladies? First tattoo I got was a lion. The reason I got it was for my name's Joshua19, and I thought like the lion represented. I don't know. It's just an excuse to get a lion, I think. And then I got A for Alabama under that.
All right, hold on.
And
Let me stop you. Since
right.
I can explain it. This is the funniest goddamn thing going. So the first tattoo he got was the lion with the Alabama A. It's sweet as hell. When he went back to Alabama, everybody was talking. All the football players loved it. Okay. Dude, the tattoo took how many hours, Josh?
18.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. It took like 18 hours, and some girl that was interested in Josh, but Josh wasn't interested in her, drove his ass all the way up to LA to have it done and sat in a car for 18 hours. And she was so pissed that it did not basically equal him being with her. She was just a ride the entire time. Whew, 18 hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
never
time.
spoke to that person ever again.
You don't say.
True. Her dad was calling. When are you coming home? What the hell's going on? She was putting the time in, did not pay off.
Oh.
Yep. So that happened. Yeah. So, I actually got this tattoo before I officially made the Alabama team, which was a ballsy move on my end. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a ballsy move.
Then I got Joshua19 right here. If you guys want to look that up, you can. I'm not gonna read it to you. And then, Jesus, man, this is hard to do, but I got this from my parents. It's a California theme for my dad. He's a big California guy with the palm tree. Then it's the California bear. Then I have Highway 1. And then I have the praying hands from mom. She's religious. And then this is from my brother who passed away. He got the same tattoo for me. So I just copied him and got the same tattoo for him after he passed. So it's really 4 tattoos, but it's just my whole left arm. So there you go.
How about the
really well
hand?
done, by the way. Really well done.
Thank you.
How about the praying hands for his mom? Not me. You know, but you
need more than praying.
Well, I'm not religious, dude. Like she is super religious. Thank God we have balance in this house. Yeah, it just it's funny as hell the way he describes it.
Well, dude, anybody that watches this show knows it's not praying hands for you.
That's true.
Tanner Lozier, who's a close family friend of ours. What's up, Tanner? 499 says, I hate to say it, but Keenan might be washed. On pace for 103 catches and 1,003 yards, will be the lowest yardage for a receiver with that many catches. That's a fun fact.
It is a fun fact. It's Tanner's.
I don't think he's washed. I don't think he's washed though. Keenan Allen to me has never been a guy that has tons of yards after catch. We used to make a joke on this show when we first started was if you just have a strong wind, Keenan's going to fall down. He doesn't like taking hits. If Keenan Allen ends up with 103 catches, 1,003 yards, I think it's much more than what we would have expected heading into this season.
Dude, Tanner, I'll be honest with you. I'm just glad that Keenan's here and doesn't have a beer belly anymore like he had in Chicago. I mean, good guy. Dude, he looked so out of shape last year. But I like the fact we have a guy that hopefully Justin Herbert feels confident in, just like Keenan said, you need a first down, throw me the ball. And that's it. I don't know. I love the fact, by the way, Tanner, you listen to the show. It means a lot. Tanner, by the way, and we've known him his entire life. He's family to us, Mario. He big Colts fan. That's I know he watches every one of these Bolt Crew shows. We appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you, Tanner.
The shoes going down.
All right. Last comment on here is from Dan 199. It says, how did Josh and Dave meet Mario? I'll let Dave answer this question.
All right. So before we were the Bolt Crew podcast, I won't even give the name of what the show used to be called. If you've been with the show for a while, since 2022, it's one of those things I have 2 rules. Okay. I never, ever say the name of the old show. because I'm afraid I'll say that name on this show.
Mm.
And 2 is I never say the name of a girl that Josh used to go out with because I never want to call my daughter-in-law, who I love very much, that name by accident. So I never say any girl's name ever. Okay. So here's the deal. In 2022, the people that own the show reached out saying, hey, we want you to do this national Charger show. And I said, okay. I said, my son's a former broadcaster, former player as well. I'd like to do the show with him. They go, okay, we're going to stick you with this guy named Mario. He's in Washington, D.C. at the time. He's going to be your producer. And I said, I want him on the air. And they said, no. They go, no.
That's what they thought of me.
They go, he's a behind the scenes guy. I go, no. I go, he has to be part of the show. I go, I want the show to feel like everything is kind of loose the way it is now. The show's exactly the way I wanted the show to go. And so said he's on there. We hadn't even met Mario at the time. I just said I want him on there. And then we did our first show. Happened to be Josh and I were doing a trip. We happened to be in Chicago where Mario lives now. Did it from a hotel. It was a cluster F trying to get it going, trying to figure it out. Got it all up on there. And in 2022, we knocked the show out. Josh and I like, dude, this guy's, I almost cussed right there. This guy's a keeper. And then, dude, it turned into not only what we enjoy doing the show, like all three of us look forward to seeing each other every time. But Mario, as I said on the show, if you follow the show for a long time, man, he has become family. Like Mario is definitely family for us forever. Won us over completely. Just when we thought he couldn't outdo himself, when he came out for Josh's wedding, dude, everybody loved Mario except my dog. My dog, for some reason, does not like Mario.
I forgot about that.
Still freaks me out, by the way. I don't know why. My dog loves everybody, but cried the entire time that Mario was around her. But otherwise, dude, he's awesome, man. We love Mario, man. He's family to us. So whatever that is, brother, son, whatever we think of him, he's everything. So that's how we met. It was kind of by accident. And it has worked out for us, whether you guys love the show, hate the show. By the way, don't be afraid to tell a friend about the show if you like the goddamn show. We're trying to grow the show. But we that's how we met, Dan. It was kind of just by accident and circumstance.
Best accident ever. It was the most fun
Right.
I've ever. I really do. Family, and I look forward to doing the show every single time. And it's been an absolute blast. And thank the Lord, because the other person that I was supposed to do it with at first, really would have sucked. So it all worked out, man.
What about the Dave rant? So I'm gonna put this up, Mario. There you go.
But I got 2 rants on this thing. I wasn't even thinking of doing 2. Okay, but there are 2 things I'm gonna say. And dude, everything I say, I'm afraid I don't want anything to come off. Nothing's ever racist. Okay, I know it's bad to start a story that way. I know.
Okay.
Here's the deal, dude. I know it sounds bad to say that. I'm gonna say this, dude. No, I'm just saying this, okay? And tell me, because I said this to someone else, and he goes, "Oh, it's racist." I go, "That's not racist." You guys tell me if it's racist, because I'm telling you right now, it's not meant to be racist. Dude, one thing we love in Southern California, and I mean love, we love our taco shops, right, Josh?
100%.
We love our taco shops. Here's the deal. When I go to a taco shop and I order, usually I get a carne asada burrito everywhere I go, roll tacos, the whole deal. Dude, when I order something to drink, dude, if I say, give me a Coke, I want the option of like a fountain drink, because man, I like to make it hot, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try your different salsas. You got them. I love the salsa bars, the whole deal. But dude, when you go, okay, and then you turn around, you open the goddamn door, and you give me 1 can of Coke, and you go, here you go, and I'm like, that's not gonna get it done. Like if this salsa is gonna be hot enough, I know I'm gonna need like 2 or 3. Like I'm gonna burn my mouth on purpose. Like I want to test myself. How hot can I go? But when you give me 1 can, what the F for $3.50? I'm paying $3.50 for a can of Coke. Dude, what? Don't be afraid to spend the money and make a deal with Coca-Cola or Pepsi and get the goddamn fountain and free refills. That's the way it goes. Why is it these taco shops always do the can? Oh, you want a Coke? Here you go. Right next to the orange Fanta that nobody ever buys. And then you're going to hand me the goddamn can. I'm going to be back 3 times. How much money am I going to spend in soda? We're past the point. Fountain drinks.
That's why they do the can.
I know.
That's why they do it.
Yeah. F me over. Dude, I hate it. I hate it. No cans. Okay, we're past the can point. Make a deal with Coca-Cola or Pepsi and put it in your goddamn shop. But it's the same thing, man. And I know the food's great, but damn, it doesn't keep me from showing up. I got it. But dude, it drives me nuts buying 3 cans to put the hot sauce flavor out of my mouth so I'm not crying driving home. Damn it. Does that
Get
make
water.
any sense?
Get water for
Three
free, you animal.
Coca-Colas is
I'm
insane.
not doing water. I'm not doing water.
Water's
in a
not good
taco
for you.
shop. Water's
Yeah.
great, but in a taco shop, dude, it's just what I do. Okay, but god dang, the 1 can thing drives me crazy. I think it's the biggest scam going. All right, here's my other one for you. All right, and this
How's
is
that
only
racist, by the way? Well,
Yeah, I
why did
was
you start that way?
confused.
I don't understand where you're
because
going.
the guy said it to me when I told him my complaint. And it wasn't planning on being a rant at the time. I just said I said I went to a new taco shop over here. How was it? Because everyone, it's a big thing. Everyone has to ask, how was it? And then
Which
do I
letters
try
to
it out?
start with?
I can't tell you. It's
All right,
God
whatever.
dang.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
We'll take this offline.
yeah. No one cares. I mean, it's in my
Yeah.
name. Only you, Josh, would know. Next to that,
I
it's
know,
next to
yeah.
that. It's next to that ramen place that your mom and I tried out. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that
The
place
one
is
on the
good.
corner?
Yeah, it's
The
good.
ramen place or the taco place?
They're both good.
Yeah. All right.
It's hard to mess up ramen. If you mess up ramen, like, come on now. You know what I mean?
It's true. Are you a 1 egg guy or 2 egg guy, Mar? Like Josh always asks for an extra egg.
Always extra egg.
Okay.
I'm like, games, dude.
All right. The other one is, you ever have that guy, either a boss or a friend that talks in military terms, but they were never in the military? You know what I'm talking about? Mario knows exactly what I'm talking about, right? I'll give you a couple phrases that you hear. All right. I think it's more annoying. I think it's annoying either way. If it's a friend, you're like, dude, you weren't in the military. You know, it's when someone's dropping boots on the ground or take no prisoners, or if you have a boss who goes, guys, let's get in the war room. You know, I'm going to go scorched earth. And you're going, what? What are you doing? It gets to be insane. People that talk in military terms, but they were never in the military. It gets old. And you just start staring at them. It's the same people that have to back their truck up into every spot. Like, what do you think's about to happen? You don't have time to back up. You know those guys at the end of the day that come home from work and they got to back their truck up into their driveway. I got to get out fast. When? And when you got to get out fast? Like, I'm not putting down guns, but I got friends who have like 80 guns. You got 2 hands. Why do you got so many goddamn guns? It's insane. There's so many guns behind the pillow, behind the pictures, everywhere. It's crazy. I got a buddy of mine, dude, down the street. His 75-year-old mother-in-law, unfortunately, has dementia. 2 a.m, decides to go in the backyard, start smoking weed. And guess what? He goes downstairs with a gun because he heard the alarm go off. Almost shot his mother-in-law smoking weed by the fire, dude, at 2 a.m. I go, that's why you got your 80 guns. Why? Josh made a good point. He said to him, he goes, dude, how does it feel to spend so much money on stuff you're never going to use?
That's actually a very funny line.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's guys who talk in military terms nonstop, dude. Like, dude, I got no time for you. I don't. As another phrase I hate, I don't have the bandwidth to deal with you. It's
what
old,
about military
dude.
time? Are you a fan of that? 1600.
Dude, good point, dude. Military time sucks. Stop. Now I got it. Anytime you give military time, I'm like, okay, -12. I hated it when I was in college. This class starts at 1300. I'm like, okay. Just tell them. Just write a PM next to an AM. What are we doing here?
What about
that?
I had football coach that always talked about getting into the foxhole. I'm like, dude, just shut up. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
in Navy football. Relax.
Yeah. I'm getting at foxhole with that guy. Would you? Would you?
That's we had a strength conditioning coach that always make us watch the Jocko videos. And it's like, I don't know how a Navy SEAL that gets up at 3 a.m. is gonna relate to me when I just smoked pot 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna relate to this one.
Jeez.
Oh man.
The military time's terrible. I can't stand the military time.
Yeah, I'm with you. The military times, it's work every time. It's just work.
It is. Too much thinking.
Yeah. People are like, I've heard people go, no, it's the way my brain works. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Shut up. I was like, no, I've known you my whole life. You're just trying to do this. It'll be different.
You ever see your buddy's watch that sets it to military time? You're like, all right, psycho.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, dude, you set your watch to military time? You've never been in the military. Dude, you can't do 10 push-ups.
Yeah. That's actually, that should be the challenge. If you want to have your phone on military time or watch, you have to be able to do 10 pull-ups.
Yeah.
And we would eliminate about 50% of the population that do that.
Yeah. Mike says that lots of salesmen use the lingo. I know. That's why I was thinking of it. Salesmen use it all the time. They love to use military talk. I don't get it.
Yeah, like, dude, you're from Noblesville, Indiana. Relax. We grew up
Yeah.
together.
Pipe it down. Your great grandpa served.
All right.
Oh my gosh. There you go. What a mess. What a mess. All right.
This is
So
good.
we're
He's
back
gonna carry
on. Wait, we got one more up here.
Do you know David Goggins? You guys know who he is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Yeah, that's his whole thing. Like, who's gonna carry the boats? The logs. It's like a Navy SEAL thing. That line always cracks me up. He always
David
screams it.
Goggins gets on my nerves too, by the way.
Yeah, he's insane.
I'm sorry. He breaks his feet every time he does one of those runs. It's like, dude, Jesus.
Yeah. So you're not healthy.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna die. Not be
Yeah.
able to walk. All right.
Dude,
There we go.
DZ says my wife works Armed Force, Air Force, and Navy bases. So I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on.
I can't
So
believe you
everything-
even try to read on the show.
I know everything's on military time. Dude, I would hate it too. Unless you're both are in the military, I would hate it too. I got a buddy of mine who's high up in the military, and he talks military to me. But what am I going to do? Tell him no? The guy kills people with his bare hands. You know,
Yeah, you're not gonna.
everything's
You're gonna be able to do
everything.
that.
I go, dude. All right, man. I'll be over at 8:00, and then I'll go, Roger. Even though you didn't give it to me in military time, I'm like, all right.
I used to date this girl where she had like a family member that was in the National Guard, and he had everything on military time, and I was pretty banged up one time, and he was doing the military terms. I was like, easy, buddy. You're like the last option. Dude, let's not fake this. No one's thanking you.
There you go. All right, we're back on Thursday. I'll be with Josh at the Simple. I'll be in Nashville on Thursday with him doing it. We'll see how this thing works out. But here's the deal. Got to figure out where you're going to put me, Josh. And then at the same time, we'll be picking games. We'll let you guys know how things go. I'm telling you right now, we're to the point of picking games.
Blindfolded.
Stop picking games. Yeah. It's been pretty tough. Hey, nobody thought the Bills were going to get their asses kicked the last 2 weeks, but they did. So everyone can give us a break right here. But we'll be looking forward to the Colts game. We'll break it down. Mario has a bunch of numbers to show you why, which team will succeed, which team will fail. And then we'll get ready for the big game against Indianapolis. So the Chargers went try and put a winning streak together. But again, appreciate everybody who joined us today. I know it was earlier than normal. If you have a question, of course, you can get it on YouTube. Josh and I will respond to those. But thank you so much for joining us at this different hour. For Mario Heron, Josh Pele, I'm Dave Pele. We'll see you Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.